Good Riddance, Time of Your Life, Green Day in the Fingerstyle guitar. New guitar tutorials every Monday. If you like this kind of content, hit subscribe. We do everything from basic songs to fingerstyle, soloing, and techniques. Printable tabs by becoming a Patreon. You will see links in the notes as well as the description, plus my email if you want some one-on-one private lessons. If you like this song, you like fingerstyle guitar, go ahead and hit like. It really does help us. While you're down there, subscribe too if you like this kind of content. All right, let's do it. Guitar, brain, attention span, follow me on in and let's break this lovely song down together. Come on in, let's do it. Life is good. 4-chord song. The harmony is a G, C, D, and we'll also see an E minor. So let's go ahead and start with the intro. It sounds like this. And I'm gonna have my pinky planted on the 3rd fret of the B string. And instead of making a full G chord, I'm just gonna fret the 3rd fret of the E. So I'm gonna start there. I like to play with my hand down here a little more, like, but I want you to be able to see my hand when I'm picking, okay? So the tone, like I said, I like. Feel more comfortable and more confident, and I get a little better sound, but I want you to be able to see both hands. 3rd fret of the E string, and that's a whole beat. 1, 2, and. Open G with your thumb, and then your pinky is going to play the 3rd fret of the B string. 1, 2, and 4. Then you're going to come up, open G, and then your thumb on the 4th beat will play the D string. So it's, I might have said the 2nd beat is a G string, it's the D string. So it's 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. Drop your ring finger down to the C note, 3rd fret of the A string, exact same rhythm. Everything else is the same except for the 1st note. So we get. And then we go to a D. And I'm just fretting the 2nd fret of the G string, and my pinky's still on the 3rd fret here. Open D, 2nd fret of the G, 3rd fret of the B. 1, 2, and 4. Then your index finger will play the 2nd fret of the G, and your thumb will play the open D string on the 4th beat. So you get 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. Boom. Then we're into the verse. So the first 4 measures of the verse sound like this. This G here is the bass. We're going to play that, follow it with the open B. The melody starts on the 2nd beat. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. So you're going to play the 3rd fret of the E string, and I'm using my middle finger to play the open B. And then I'm going to come down and pinch the D on the 3rd beat and hammer on the 1st fret of the B string on the off. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. You see how that's my pinky there? So I'm going to play 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bass up here on the 4th beat, and. Because there's no melody on the 4th beat. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. 2nd measure, 3rd fret of the E, 1st fret of the B string, and then you're going to play the open D for your bass again. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So, okay. Throughout this, your bass could be the D or the G. So keep that in mind, depending if you like this sound or either one work great. So first fret of the B string, open D, open B, third fret of the E string again. Then here I'm gonna pluck the open G and B together. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1. And then here we're gonna make a C, pluck the third fret of the A string with the first fret of the B string, open B, second fret of the G, second fret of the D string, and then you're gonna keep that there while you hammer on open G to the second fret, and then you're actually gonna lift that up because then we're into the D chord. And again for the D here, I'm just using my middle finger on the second fret of the G and my ring finger on the third fret of the B because I don't need to fret this note on the E string. So from the C you get and to get that timing right, it's important you do the hammer on right on the fourth beat. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 4. So these 4 measures. Sounds amazing. These ones are going to sound like this. Similar, but not the exact same. So bass note, third fret of the E, middle finger to play the open B, coming down, open D, open B, and then here on the fourth beat, we're just going to do 1 hammer 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So now it's my middle finger up here on the bass, and then it's gonna, my index is gonna go back down here. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. Second measure, you're gonna do that hammer on, bass with your middle finger, first fret of the B string, open D, open B. Now your ring finger gets back to the third fret of the low E string, and then you're gonna pinch G and B together again. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1. Now we're at the C, and for the C, we're gonna play it exactly the same, as well as the D. So here we go. Okay, first half of the chorus, then it goes to the E minor. Okay, so once we get here, we're gonna start off making the E minor, open G string, and then you're gonna play the open E with your low finger here on the bass. Middle finger will grab the open high E, and then it's open high E in the bass again, open high E, and then take your finger off and grab that third fret with your ring finger and follow it with your index finger to help you with the transition to the D in the next measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and, well, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and. Because the next measure, open D on the 1, 1, 2, and on the 1, 2, and on the D and the G. I'm sorry, on the G and the B. 1, 2, and. Third beat, open D with your thumb. And right back to the third fret of the B string on the and. 1, 2, and 3, and. Nothing on the 4. Open E on the and. 1, 2, and 3, and. Okay, then we're gonna get to the C, and we're gonna go bass note, 3, 1, and I just make a C here, and I'll play the 3rd fret of the B string with my pinky. So I'm gonna go 1, pinky on the 2nd beat, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 3. Again, bass in the same spot, 1, 2, and 3, and. So it's the same rhythm, 1, 2, and 3, and. 1, 2, and 3, and, rest, and. Okay, then we're on the 4th measure, and it's kind of hard to express what he's doing with the melody because he's singing the D note, and he goes down to the A note, then after that he goes up to the B note. So it'd be more like something like, why? And that's hard to emulate in something like this. So we're going to play 3rd fret there, then we're going to play the 2nd fret of the G string, open B, back down to the 3rd fret, then we're going to go open D with our thumb on the 4th beat, followed by an open G on the and. So these 4 measures would be next 4 measures, starting off with the open E, boom, and that's no melody. Open high E, melody. Then we're going to pinch them again. 1, 2, 3, and. Here, there's some melody on the syncopation right after that. So it's 1, 2, 3, and. Then right after that, again, boom, bass on the 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Using my pinky there in this example, but I really should be using my ring finger. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So I'm in position with my D. Play that D with your thumb on the 1. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So D there, followed right by the 3rd fret of the B. Rest on the 2, right by the 3rd again. Back to the D on the 3rd beat. 1, and 3. 1, and 3. 1, and 3, and 4, and. C. Okay, so this is an interesting one. This is 3rd fret here on the 1, and then followed by the 3. So you get 1, and 2 is a rest, and then 1st fret of the B on the and. So 1, and 2, and 3. Right there, 3rd beat, bass note, 3. Then we're also going to play bass on the 4th beat here, but we're going to play the 2nd fret of the D string, our E note. So we get 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 1. And we're going to play 1st fret on the and. We're going to hammer onto that 1 for the 4th beat. 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 1. Boom. Gonna keep that pinky down, raise your ring finger, pluck 3 and 3. Then you're gonna go 2 and, open G, or open D, open G. 1, 2, and 3. 3rd fret of the E on the 3, all bass. 1, 2, and 3. This measure's all filler. You have the melody here on the 1, and then you have the melody here on the 4. Otherwise, it's just filler. So when there isn't any melody, you can mix it up and, try some different things too as well. This is just what I came up with. 1, 2, and 3, 4. That is melody right there. Now, it's actually better to go ahead and change to the E minor on the 4th beat, because that's where we're headed. So you can go 1, 2, and 3, 4. All right? That's still kind of in the thumb range, but because it's melody, out of habit, I like to go ahead and play with my index finger. So then we're into the chorus. Let's take a look at that. Starting off here with that E minor, and we're going to play, our melody here is the open G string. And And then our melody's actually, I think the lowest note in the song is this E one. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and 1, 2, and. And that second fret of the D string is actually the melody. 1, 2, and. Then we're gonna hit the third beat, boom, this bass note. We're gonna play the B note on the second fret of the A string. 1, 2, and 3, and. And again, I'm sorry, it goes 1, 2, and 3, and. It's an A note, so we're gonna play with our pinky the second fret of the G string right on the and after the third beat. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Follow with an open B, and I'll use my middle finger there. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and into the G. Once we get to the G, we're gonna go boom, doom, boom, doom, bass, A note, and then we're gonna roll down to this open D and then play the open G. So it goes 1 and 2 and 3. Third B, third B, third fret of the E. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. So after that E, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and I just play that open B, and I'll just lift my whole hand up so I can get in position for the G. So what we're doing here is 3, second fret of the G, open D, which is bass, and then melody, which is G, bass on the third fret again. 1 and 2 and 3, and then it's. But we do this and right here. I like to do the open D first, like it's bass, and then hammer onto it. But what I'm doing here is I'm actually going to play the open D and then hammer on full E minor. So that way I'm ready for the next measure, because the next measure is exactly the same as the first measure. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. And then for that last measure, we're going to go G, D, G, D, G. No melody, so we just alternate the bass. So I'm going third fret, open D, third fret, open D, and then on that fourth beat, I'm also going to hit the G string. So these four measures would be. And now we're into the last two measures of the chorus. It's a 6-measure chorus. So this next one, it starts off similar. It's 1, 2, and. We've seen that move before. Then the bass on the third beat, we've seen that move before. But we don't go to the A note. It's G and then A. So it goes 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now this last one is a D note, and this is where it gets a little interesting too. There's a lot of different ways to do this one. The melody is Of Your Life, and it's all F sharp. And that one's a harder one to work into. So usually what we do here with this F sharp is we're gonna go down and play this D here. So what I like to do here is go 1, well, slide down after that, middle finger 1, and I'll let that ring out, and then I'm gonna go 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm gonna finish that with the open G string. So it goes, because the open G string is where we resolve. So it goes 1, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and boom. Whoa. So really slow. Then we're back into. The whole chorus. Here we go. The interlude here is the same as the intro. And then it'll go back to the next verse, and then after that, it would go back to the second chorus. And then after that, we have the outro chorus. Okay, so those are essentially all the pieces. We've done the intro, verse, chorus. Then you play the second verse, second chorus, third verse, third chorus. Then after the third chorus, that interlude, which is the same as the intro, you're going to play it 2 times. But not open D. You're going to play the second fret there. So you're going to go, because it's pushing us into the outro chorus. And the outro chorus, these first 4 measures the same. That's all the same. So you get through those first 4, same, but then these last 4, the first 2 are the same here too. Okay, the only difference here is you're going to go 1, 2, and 4, 1. Okay, and so what you're going to do here is the same piece as the intro, 1, 2, and 3, open 3, implying a C add 9. Then go ahead and just move that finger up, release the pinky, and strum through the first 5 strings. So the last 4 measures. And that's the end of the tune. You could go. Not the best play along, but there you go. If you graduated middle school or high school in the late 90s, early 2000s, you probably heard this at every graduation. I heard it at my 8th grade graduation. Now, I could be mixing memories up because that was a long time ago. There's another emotional kind of saying goodbye Green Day song. It might have been that one. I think it was this one. But it's just a really nostalgic song. It's a good way to say goodbye, and it's a lot of fun to play, and the melody's nice. Okay. I am sweating like a dog wearing this kind of dress-up formal suit to do these introductions. Hot day in Columbia. I'm going to go cool off. I appreciate you watching. Good riddance. Have the time of your life. And until the next time, tattoos and memories. I got a couple of those.